might be crazy. Are we in Kassel? No, we are in Athens. So what are we doing in Athens today? Well, as you already know, the first Documenta, organized in 1955, aimed to reconfigure the European public culture in a context devastated by war. This 14th Documenta came from the same feeling of urgency. Of course, we are not in a post-war situation, but rather in the middle of an economic and political war. The 2007 subprime mortgage crisis served to justify the greatest political and moral structuration of global capitalism since the 30s. Greece, along with the countries that will be later known as the PIGS, Portugal, Spain, and Italy, became a politically dense signifier which absorbed all forms of exclusion produced by the new financial hegemony. Economic austerity, restriction of democratic rights, criminalization of poverty, rejection of migration, pathologization of all forms of dissidence.
Unlearning of what we believe to know is the best beginning, and we are at the beginning, not at the end of Documenta 14.
Really try to learn something. Maybe a language, an instrument, or how to build a fat pack furniture, maybe to cook a recipe you've not tried before. Was it easy? Did you get frustrated? How did you feel? Did it make you feel uncomfortable? Sometimes feeling uncomfortable is part of the process of learning. This willful estrangement from Kassel to Athens displaced Documenta from its home, dislodged the institution from its usual surrounding, and we encountered a shift of perception.
That we have all learned that we need to abandon preconceptions, and with them also some of our hopes, and immerse in the darkness of not knowing, instead of pretending to know enough in advance and before we can start at all. From this state of not knowing, we made steps into what now becomes the exhibition, of which you are the first guests and participants during the opening days.
What is clear for us is that the West seems to be going through a process of counter-reform that seeks to reinstall white masculine colonial supremacy. And we need to act collectively. And this is, I think that when we have such a position like making a Documenta, or for you, writing about Documenta, being a journalist, each of us will have a political commitment. We have a political responsibility. And we need to act now, because maybe in a couple of years, what is happening today will not be possible. I'm thinking about the situation of France with Marine Le Pen coming to power. The situation of Europe right now is really complicated.
He was the 9th victim of the National Socialist Underground, the NSU. Secret Service agent Andreas Temme, who was present when Halit was murdered, claims he did not hear the shots. He did not notice the sharp smell of burned gunpowder, nor did he see Halit's body behind the counter when he left his money on the counter before leaving. The Society of the Friends of Halit wishes to share with you the fact that at this very moment our friends are gathering in Kassel to commemorate Halit's murder and to present new urgent evidence about the presence of Secret Service agent Andreas Temme. You can go to this URL, tinyurl.com, INI6A, which is for Initiative 6 of April, and the hashtag TRBNL to understand what our friends are doing in Kassel at this very moment and to take a look at these new findings.
It was Halit, it could have been me. It could have been a lot of us.
Because at that time, I also had an internet cafe only 250 meters away from his shop. When it became to know in 2011 that he had been killed by the neo-Nazi trio consisting of 2 men and 1 woman who called themselves the National Socialist Underground, for short NSU, they had already killed at least 10 people all over Germany and had already committed 3 bombings.
Try to see this exhibition as a geography and try to explore the venues in areas, by area and not by the size. Because this really will give you an insight into how we work on the project. We worked with very similar intensity on very tiny projects located in the venues that are kind of hard to find sometimes, or they are not usually on the map of contemporary art of Athens, that we're not really so interested in at all in deciding about venues, but try to visit the exhibition. For instance, here around Megaron there is a couple of venues, visit them first, don't run to the big venues first.
Today I'm looking for all the artworks scattered across the city for Documenta 14. I have to admit it's quite a challenge to find all the artworks because it's not, as you would expect, a big sign, Documenta 14, this is our artwork. It's more that you really have to do kind of a treasure hunt. So I'm here at the National Archaeological Museum, and what I do when I go to these locations, I just go to the information counter and ask where my artwork is located, and the Greeks are really friendly people and usually will help you out. Also make sure that you check the show times for your special artwork that you're looking for.